Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Sue here. Thank you for joining me today. The weather's cooled down a bit here, so I'm back in my craft room and it's looking a bit tidier, I have to say. I'm still waiting for a couple of shelves, but that's fine. I've more or less got things tidy after the shelf came off the wall. So I can actually work in here without feeling frazzled. Okay, so today I'm working in my everyday journal as part of the 100-day project. And the last post I made for this one was this page here, which was a double page, a double day, 2 days. That's what I'm trying to say, my goodness. I did this collaged scrap here as a tuck with a card, a journal tag to fit inside. So that was that page. We're going to skip this today and work on this page. And what I want to do, what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to make a belly band like this, perhaps with a bit more decoration on the front. And it will be a belly band, but it also has a side pocket here. Okay, so it's a little hidden pocket. So today that's what we'll do, and tomorrow I will make something to fit behind the belly band and in this pocket. Okay, so now you might have noticed the belly band is made from another scrap of paper that I collaged. Remember, we collaged 2 book pages, and I trimmed some for this tag, and I'm also trimming some to make this belly band. Okay, so just pop that off to the side. Oops. This is the piece I've trimmed, ready to go. It is 2 inches wide, and it would be about 5.5, I think, 5.5 long. So it'll fit snugly onto that page, not right up to the top. Okay, so that is that piece. The next piece I've cut is a piece of tea-dyed paper, and that is 3 inches wide, and the height of that is 6 inches. Okay, this piece for my journal is 2 inches wide by 5.5, so I haven't quite made it to fit that page. Now what I've done on here is I've scored on either side 1/2 inch in from the ends. So I've got one score line along here and one along here. And what I want to do is strengthen my pocket, the inside, the hinge pocket, hidden pocket, sorry, get my words right here. So I'm going to fold that piece back, and I'm going to glue that in place. This piece here, this will hinge my pocket to the front of the belly band. So we'll just fold along that line and score it. Okay, and this is the piece that is going to attach here. Now, as you can see, I've got a bit of extra top and bottom, and I've done that because I want to turn those bits back. I did it on this one just really for a bit of extra strength at top and bottom. And also what I will do is I'm going to do some sewing. I'm going to sew along this edge. Hang on, let me do it properly. what I'm going to do is turn in about, I think it's about 1/4 of an inch top and bottom. So if you centre your belly band onto there, let's use the one that we're going to work with. Okay, and then just turn over an equal amount top and bottom. Here we go. This one. And the same at the other end. I know it's roughly about that much, so. Right. And then what I want to do is trim the top, trim this piece out. And just cut that at a slight angle there. And we'll do the same this end. Actually, I should have done that there too. Okay. So that tucks under quite nicely and folds back here. So the same down this end. I'm just going to double check this because I think, just to make sure I've got it right. Yeah. Of course you could measure this just to be 100% accurate, but I didn't bother to say. Right, there we go, happier with that. So we'll trim. There we are. Get rid of these bits. Bring in the glue book. Okay, so this side is our hinge pocket. These tuck under, and this is our strengthener. So we need to glue that down. Okay, so now next job is to sew down this edge, and I will also sew down this edge. Okay, yeah, so I'll go away and sew those two. Once that's done, I will glue this strip here to the back of the tag, but I'll come back and show you that. Okay, won't be a sec. Okay, so here we go. I've stitched down here and down this side. So now we're going to glue the front onto this flap, and I'm going to stitch it anyway, so we'll just use this stuff. What's it called? Oh dear, what's it called? A glue stick. Grief. Okay, so let's even that up. There we go. Now I'm going to put a piece of paper tape down that so that we don't have any issues when we put things into the pocket. I call it paper tape, it's masking tape, sorry. One end. It's the other. So now what we do is we sew around the top, down this side and along the bottom, and that will form our pocket in here. So I'll go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's the piece sewn. You can see now we've created this pocket, the hidden pocket, and with this one it will be glued down onto the page, so it will be glued at the top and the bottom only. Okay, I could have done like a finger punch here, but the idea is it's a, you know, like the little recess, the divot. But the thing is, it's a hidden pocket, so I didn't want to do that. Now, we can ink it, and with this one, I was thinking just a light ink on the very edge, because I'm going to be adding a stencil the same as the previous page to the plain background. Okay, there we go. So that is our pocket belly band. Now we can decorate that. I'm skipping around here. We can, what I might do is stencil this page first. And because the belly band is going to sit, I want mine to sit more over to the left side. Looks like one of my hairs there. Oh no, it's off there. Oh dear. Okay, so yeah, I was thinking I'd like my piece over here. We are going to pop things behind it, but I just want to have a bit more room for this pocket. Okay, so with the stencil, you're not going to see this section here, and the stencil isn't wide enough to do the whole page, so basically this is what I'm saying. I'm going to position that probably this way and then do the other side, because stenciling around these is a bit tricky too. That should do it. Okay, and what I might do is open the book up. That might make things a little bit easier. Okay. Slip this underneath. Okay, so now on this page, I used Distress Ink Victorian Velvet, and I'm going to do the same here, so that the pages marry up a little better. Okay, here we go. That's fine, that will do. Okay, move that back. Needs a wash. So that's our stencil background, and it's, you know, yeah, could have done a bit. See if I can get a bit closer to there. That will do. So as I say, we want this slightly off center. Okay, so now, do we decorate this before or after? I think we'll do it before. Okay, put the book over here, out of the way, bring this in. And what I've got, just a couple of bits, scrappy pieces, a fussy cut flower that I've lightly inked, piece of doily, and I've inked a couple of labels, and I've also got a little bit of white lace here, and I might just run the ink dauber over that. Okay, just to dull that down a little bit. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, obviously our bloom will go here. Yeah. I love stamping this swirly stamp on collage pieces. It looks so nice. And, you know, by the time you rip up your card or your paper, you know, you get scraps of it, which is lovely. I really like that. Okay, there I want, maybe I'll put that label down here. Okay, I've got a number. I could go up here. Where did I have this? More around that way. Kind of like that. And I was thinking this little piece of lace, if we move that up a tad, this can sit underneath here, so it just pokes out the bottom. Okay, so let's get that on first. We know where we want it. We don't want it to interfere with the side pocket. We just need to see that little bit of lace at the bottom. So I've got my fabric glue. So that's the front of our belly band. And now all we need to do is glue it to the page. And I'm going to use the art glitter glue for that job. Okay. So it's just top and bottom. Let's see how close I've got that. Okay, so we just need that to adhere well before we start putting things into pockets. Just pushing it slightly up towards the centre to give us a little bit of wriggle room there. Not a lot. Okay, so that's our pocketed belly band. This won't fit in, but lengthwise, but there you go. That's our pocket, and then there's the space behind. Okay, quick and easy one today. Hope you enjoyed that. And tomorrow I will be making something to slip behind the belly band and into the pocket. And I hope you'll join me for that. Thank you so much. If I don't see you, have a great weekend. Can't believe it's Friday again. The weeks are flying past. Okay, see you later. Bye. Hi, it's Sue back again for day number 17. And day number 17 is to make something to slot behind this belly band and something to pop into the secret pocket. So I've actually made one little specimen card already, and I'm going to make another one of these, and I'm hoping that the two will slot in. They might overlap slightly, but they'll slot in behind the belly band. Okay, I have a die that cuts this. It's a die that I bought online. There are loads of them around. This one measures about 2 3/4 square, I'd say. So yeah, that's what we're going to do to start with. So I'll move that out of the way and move my dish in. And I've cut this pretty image from one of my books. And what have I done with the other die cut? Okay, here it is. That was a good start, wasn't it? So this is how it cuts out. And I'm going to fold along that centre line. I just use my ruler to get that nice and straight. Just centre it against the shape. You can see there's a little shape here where it doubles over. So that is how I go. Next I am going to ink all around and then add some of these labels. I actually cut out the name of the flower, the common name and its actual name, to add to the front of mine. So I'm going to just go ahead and ink this, and I'll be right back. Either that or I'll just speed it up, hey? You don't want to be watching me flapping around with the ink. Okay, that's a good start for inking. Now just look at how that sits. Oh yeah, that's slightly larger than the last image I used, so that will sit quite well. Okay, now I have a few bits here, and I'm going to add these. Yeah, okay, that's the name, flower's name. So perhaps what I'll do is add the floral image first, and I'm going to do that using this ink. What's it called? Oh dear, it's been a funny week. Okay, it's called Arc Glitter Glue. It's not ink at all. Oh dear. I had one night this week where I actually went to bed, but at 2 o'clock I gave up trying to sleep and got up. This happens to me occasionally. If stuff's going on, my brain gets overactive and I just don't rest. So I came upstairs and I actually went back down at 6:30 in the morning. So I was working up here and it was the right time to do it because it was nice and cool. And I actually did about 18, I made 18 journal cards. When I say made them, I collaged them with scraps, basically. I had a whale of a time. I'll show you in a minute. I'll just try and get this one on. There we go. Okay, so that's on. Yeah, 18, look, 18 of these I made. Just sitting quietly on my own. And then I didn't go to bed at 6:30. Guys were working next door. You might hear them now. They're doing a bit of retaining next door. And they were due to start at 7, so I thought there was no point me going to bed. I'm not going to sleep. So I had some breakfast and came up here and attached all the base cards, cut them all out and stitched around them, adding a few extra bits. I stamped, did all sorts. Actually, I stamped during the night. I love this. This was using, what did I use? Antique linen to stamp on these, and I absolutely love it. So yes, so I did that one sleepless night this week. Oh dear, never mind. Okay, so I want to ink this. Of course, the trouble was, next day it was like a dead thing. The guys finished about 3 o'clock and I think I had a couple of hours sleep. I daren't sleep any longer, otherwise I wouldn't have slept last night, but I had a couple of hours and that just did the trick. And I slept like a log last night. Oh dear. Right. Pop this down first and then my other label will go down on top. And this is called A Painted Lady. There you go. I'm not even going to attempt its proper name. Now this will need trimming, and the last one I trimmed just underneath that date, which was there. I didn't waste anything. I added the bottom part to the back of the slide. No. That way a tad. That would do. That's that one. This one goes on the back. Actually, I'll leave that for a minute because I might do something a bit different on this one. Now, I've got some little tiny brads. Just seeing if these will sit on without falling through that hole. Yeah, they're just about, I'd say. So we might put those on. Will I put those on? No, I'll do the same. I've put some of these half sprinkles on here, and I think I might do the same on this one. It's easier. And looks equally as good, so. Right, so we've got a number here. Just trim that down because I know it's too wide. And what else did I use? I just did a bit of random stamping on the front, so I will do the same. And the ink that I'm using today is frayed burlap, in case you wondered. A little bit darker, I think. Oops. That's my stamp, just flew across the floor. And of course I'm using stamps from Stampers Anonymous, the field notes. Did you see that? I was holding it. Figure 1 there. And then I use this stamp and just lightly inked to add a little bit around. Okay. I have that number down there. And maybe the same here. Okay. And then on the back, actually that whole stamp will fit there, so I think we'll put that down. On this one, I put the other half of the label and just stamped at the top, but I think we'll add the whole stamp. Nice. There we go. Now let's glue it closed. Okay. There we are. Now let's see how that fits. So we'd have one there. Yeah, they overlap, but that's fine. Totally fine. Okay. Now I have to find 4 the same of these little sprinkles, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got 4 the same. So we'll just add some of the glue, glitter glue, into that each circle. There we go. And I have some reasonably plain washi here, and I thought it might be nice to add some. Oh, that's the one I was looking for. Yeah. Right. Now, just pop that out of the way, put the top on this. Got any chance of it working. And now on to something to fit in our pocket. And what I have here is this piece of cream. It's actually textured card, and it's been punched on 2 sides. And I've also got this piece, which is a tea bag. It's a used tea bag that I've just washed dried or emptied dried and stamped an image on. This was the image I used. It's an old Gina K floral image, and I've popped that on there. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this onto the background, and then I've got a few odds and ends to add to it. Now I'm hoping that this will glue quite nicely using my glue stick. We'll see. Let's move my book out of the way, and I'm going to use my Inktense pencils for this job. And somewhere I have a brush, a water brush. Where is it? Okay, back in a flash. Okay, so I've pulled you in a bit closer. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm using a very fine or a reasonably fine brush, dipping it into my water and then adding colour off the tip of the pencil. These are Inktense. You can use them dry. Once you add water to them, though, they are quite, the colour really comes to life. They're vibrant. And it doesn't have to be anything. All we want is just a hint of colour on here. Can be almost like a wash, you know. And I can see it is bleeding a little bit, but it's not too bad. I don't mind that. Okay, so now keep some of that green on there and just pick up some of the goldy lemon for the centres. And that'll do. Move those aside for a minute. Okay, I'm just going to lightly ink the edges. Doesn't have to be too much. And I think I'm also going to go and get my gold spray and give that a spritz. Be 2 secs. Here we go. See how far I can get this. Okay. Be interesting. That's all it needs. Once that dries, you'll just get this lovely sheen. Yeah, it'll take a while. You won't see it straight away. But that's our card. I'll just give that a little, oh yes, I can see the gold coming through now. Okay, so that's dry now, and I added a little bit more gold in a couple of spots. You probably, don't know whether you will see the shimmer on there, but it's lovely. Looks really nice. So that will be, that will sit into our belly band. Just move those away. Into the pocket. So that will sit in there. And you should just see, yeah, this nice edge. Okay. And our specimen cards, actually, I spritzed the front, not spritzed, you know, I stamped like splatter. I could do the same on the back. Doesn't have to be too much, but it just finishes it off, I think, makes it look that little bit aged. This one in particular. Around the corners, so that's one, and then this one, there we go. So those are our specimen cards. And they slot in behind the pocket. Okay, so we've got one in there, and this one in there. I think I've gone into the pocket, yeah I have. Oh dear. Okay. So they would sit like that with the pocket piece, like so. Okay, I hope you liked that. It was a pretty quick project again. So this page represents day 16 and 17. Thank you so much for calling past. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you, if not before, next week. Just pull that out so that you can see it too. There we go. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye now.